How does it feel to be a Docker?
Yeah, obviously, great result. Pretty stoked to be here, be back in Perth, my hometown, and play in front of friends and family.
What are your feelings towards Geelong right now?
No, I've got no hard feelings towards Geelong. I am very grateful for the opportunity they gave me the past 3 years, and I've loved my time there. And in a way, it is sad to go as well. There's no hard feelings either way.
Can you clear up from your end the phone call, the hang up? Did it happen? Didn't it happen?
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen, but Stephen Wells cleared that up this morning, but I'm happy to clear it up as well. No, there was a phone call, but there was no angst amongst the phone call, and I certainly didn't hang up. So it was a really good phone call, and we had a good chat.
What was it about, Jordan? Were you just trying to sort of underline how keen you were to get to Fremantle in that?
Yeah, sort of a follow-up call just to see how things were going, and Wellesley obviously is a list manager, and he has to do his role to get the best for that club as well. And it was a very good call. He just sort of asked me how I was going and how I'm dealing with everything, and which was for it to come out with a bit of angst amongst the call was a bit surprising.
What was the day like for you overall? Were you feeling pressure about the trade potentially not going through? How did you handle that?
Certainly that thought does cross your mind at times, yeah, especially when it's such a long period and you get to the last day and not much has sort of happened. But no, I was quietly confident that my manager and they were going to strike a deal. So, also had that thought in the back of my mind somewhere.
When did you, get final confirmation that you were going to be a Docker?
I think it was about half an hour out before the deadline, yeah. Jace, my manager, rang me and just said, it's done, mate. So, let's get going and move forward.
Where do you want to play football?
Personally, I prefer playing off half-back, but I also don't mind playing on the wing as well. It's a role I've done a lot at the Cats, and I feel like I've grown in that area, but I love playing off half-back.
Have there been many discussions with J-Lo or Peter Bell about that? That's part of why you want to be here?
Yeah, there's been some slight conversations. Obviously, now that I'm here and around the club, I assume be further conversations to that point, but nothing in depth as of yet.
Jordan, you obviously had a great first year and played lots of footy. Why did things not go to plan in the last couple of seasons, do you think?
Obviously it's footy and things happened. I changed my role at the Cats changed a fair bit, and I had a few nasty injuries, one to my elbow and shoulder, and I was young and still getting a good grasp on professional environment at that age, and I've definitely learned a lot the last 3 years.
And to move home, having spent your career away, what will that mean to you?
Sorry,
to move home, to be back here.
Yep.
What will that mean for your footy, do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm rapt to be back home. I wouldn't have made this decision if I didn't think it was a good move for me. I'm rapt to be back around my family and my friends, and there's always something to be said playing footy where you're happy around your family and friends.
And do you know any of the Dockers boys? Have you played under 18s or anything with anyone?
I know a handful of the boys through Claremont and the under 18s pathway, yeah. Yep.
Does it feel like a fresh start for you and a chance, I guess, to revitalise your career in some ways?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think my career needs revitalising to some point, but I'm excited to get to work and get in front of a fresh set of eyes and put my best foot forward.
Can you talk about your relationship with Matty Scarlett at Geelong? Obviously, there's been a lot of rhetoric about what that was like.
Yeah, obviously, Scarlo's a very good coach, and he ran a tight ship in the back line. And as far as our relationship goes, there's no problems with our relationship. It's more just probably how they selected the team, which didn't go my way sometimes. So personally, I've got no hard feelings towards Matty Scarlett.
Did you learn a bit out of that? Because it sounds like there was some stuff maybe that he wanted you to work on or you weren't able to cover at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always things you can work on, and I just had to get to work and start working on those things. But in the end, I ended up playing a lot of my footy on the wing, so that's probably why I wasn't in the back line as much.
Do you feel like that's helped develop you as a player?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said before, I was really grateful to have the opportunity to play at Geelong and learn how to become a better player in both roles.
What's your plan for the off-season now and getting yourself, I guess, cherry right for day one?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. There's obviously still a bit of time off, but start to get the legs going again and get into the swing of things. And like I said before, put my best foot forward, but also use this time to relax a bit and tick off the things you probably can't do during the season.
How do you feel Fremantle's placed going forward? I guess a very different situation. You're at a club playing finals every year, and now to one that hasn't played finals for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting looking at the core group, the young core group that is, that's coming through. I just thought it's really exciting, and I want to be a part of it as well. So that was probably one of the sticking points for me, and seeing their improvement over the last 2 years, and hopefully it can keep progressing.
Was it frustrating having to watch so many finals?
Well, it's certainly not easy. Yeah, no, it's pretty tough.
Jordan, what would you might have covered this late. What would you have done if the deal didn't go through? Would you have gone back to Geelong and played, or would you have held out? What was your plan?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it got beat up a little bit that I was not going back, but I just wanted to clear that up. That definitely wasn't the case. I would have gone back, and same thing as I'd be doing now, is getting back to work there and trying to set myself up for a big year next year.
With Geelong, obviously you played with some of the biggest names in the game. Who someone or the people that you learned the most off there and just maybe sad to leave behind?
Yeah, obviously I had a really good relationship with Joel. I learned a lot off him, and he helped me a lot over the last 3 years, and he's someone that I was really grateful for to have around, and sort of helped guide me along the way. And I was actually on the phone to him this morning, and we left on good terms, and we're still on good terms, and he's someone I really respect.
Jordan, obviously the opportunities weren't there the last couple of years that I think people maybe thought you should have been getting, maybe you thought you should have been getting. What was Geelong saying to you as to why you weren't in that 22 all the time, and why you were missing out even when you weren't injured?
Yeah, obviously, like we touched on before, it's a bit of a different sort of demographic of players. I mean, there's a lot of good players at Geelong, and sort of there was just a few better players, better at that role that were in front of me in the last couple of years. And and then obviously, like I said before, they brought in some blokes last year and the year before that who are some very good players and played some good AFL football, and it's always going to be tough as a young fella to try and compete with those blokes who are in their prime.
Peter Bell's spoken about, I guess, your attributes and fitting into the way that Fremantle plays. What do you see, I guess, at the Dockers that you can add, and what is it about their style that you think suits you?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about that too much, but no, I like to run and carry and break lines and just take the game on, really, and that's sort of something that I want to get back to and get back to my best. I found sort of over the last year and a bit, I was a bit down on confidence at times, and I just want to get back to how I was day one and not worry about making errors.
Who did you grow up supporting?
I was actually a West Coast supporter growing up, yeah, but certainly wasn't a die-hard, that's for sure.
And obviously not much crowds at all the last couple of years. What will that be like running out in front of 50,000 or so Dockers fans here, do you think?
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a pretty special feeling. I haven't played a lot of footy in the last 2 years with a crowd, so just getting back and playing in front of the fans will be awesome, because it's as important for us as it is for them to watch the footy.
Jordan, I might miss this as well, but last year you sort of half tried to come back here. It didn't play out. How close did you get behind closed doors? Now that you're here, you can tell us, was it on the cards last year?
Oh, there was certainly, I would say, preliminary conversations, but no, there was, compared to this year, it was probably not a chance. Last year, I sort of, like I said, Joel was a big influence of mine. I sat down with him last year, and he was the one that helped me out, and I just said I'm not going, so, and that was that.